I'd say.
Extra veiny.
I mean,
cool, man.
he's
No
a
context
kicker.
to that.
He's a kicker. He has not much going for him, so that's really not fair. He should complain.
Harsh words from alignment.
That to somebody. I mean, I got girth.
Talk about getting no love, though. Linemen get no love.
Not
kicker
really.
Can get all the glory, or if you're the Dallas kicker, you get dragged through the streets.
Mm-hmm. Got the odor coming down to you. Pre-game warm-ups. Hey, don't screw up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Holding tryouts 2 days before game day.
Yeah. NFC Championship. No big
Dallas.
deal. Or divisional.
Nothing better for a case of the yips than having somebody come in off the street to compete with you. It's a real kick in the nuts. Doesn't boost the confidence, I would say.
Regan, we should have somebody come off the streets and give Ryan a kick in the nuts.
I was going to say, fill in for Ryan. That'd be great.
Yeah, replace it. It's little one-liners. They don't do it for me. We need somebody else. Swing and a miss.
Two voices of the gods and Oscar the Grouch over here.
Welcome to Just the Tip, a fantasy football podcast with your tippers, Matt, Disfatt-Bidge.
These are just our tips, so take them easy, take them hard. It's up to you.
Ryan, the Tagless Haynes.
Most bizarre Haynes Brief that there's ever been.
And Matt, I.R. Regan.
Yeah, I hear you, and I definitely would take the shot on it because you'd be dumb not to.
Coming to you from the heart of New England. Get ready to take some tips.
This guy.
What is that?
Super Bowl intro?
Yeah, I'm nervous. I don't know. I'm just waiting for I am Batman.
Ending at 6 foot, 275 pounds.
Ooh,
you are way too kind.
This fat bitch.
Try 100 pounds more than that. But no, guys, I'm trying something new. I'm doing a darkness podcast right now. So just lights off. No, I can't see you guys. All I got is the mic on. So I hope we're just gonna do the whole episode like this. See how it works out. Really clear my mind for making decisions in the future.
I was going to say, you're going to come out with some life-changing knowledge after this.
I think I'd rather stay in the dark than play for the Jets is my concept.
Oh, harsh.
Just saying.
Wouldn't blame you, though. Wouldn't blame you. But we'll see how that works out for Aaron. Welcome in, takers, to Just a Tip, a fantasy football podcast. We got our little SB big game Super Bowl. I don't care. Come at me, NFL. Matchup episode. We got our DFS lineups. We got prop bets and everything. But before we get to all that, little pleasantries. I am Disfatt-Bidge. That's IR Regan down there on the bottom. Always the bottom. Coming at you with some great tips. And then we got Ryan the Tagless Haynes, who's ready to win some money, unlike last Super Bowl. So do a little bit more research, Ryan.
Never. That's the whole point.
No.
Enjoy.
No. Just throw money down. Just wing it.
Not good. Not good. I'm going to be headed over to Plain Ridge on Friday to check out the Barstool's Sports book over there.
Tell me how it
you
is.
Guys been there? I was going to say.
Check it out.
Yeah, I just want to check it out. I already placed bets before for the Eagles and Chiefs, so I got better numbers then. So, but might be a little bit addicted now. So we'll see how this goes. Just kidding. If you are addicted and you need some help, we'll post a number for you to call for betting. Don't take our advice. We are just amateurs, degenerates. We're not paid professionals at all with our fantasy advice or betting advice, especially. But we do all right.
Give us some credit on the fantasy.
We win a little bit of something. So
better with the fantasy advice than the gambling advice. Although I still have those 2 winning tickets for when the Vikings won that thriller against the Jets. What, week 12 or something like that?
Oh,
Ryan,
that's
you
right.
can't say 2. You accidentally placed the same bet.
Yeah, I did. But I got 2 tickets. I got two
Yeah, you're a
cash-ins.
double winner.
I won
Yeah.
twice.
Can they take you to
Yeah.
paradise?
Can you parlay? That's how you parlay the same bet.
Yes, that's exactly how you do it.
That's it.
But before we get to that, we get our tips together. We got a little bit of news to discuss, just a little bit.
Just the tip.
Sweet sassy molassy.
Yeah, fellas. So I mean, right now it's kind of the coaches off season, the coaching carousel off season. That's the biggest focus here. So obviously over the past few weeks, we've had a lot of coaching changes, a lot of excitement around that. And I'm just curious as to what is your most intriguing coaching change so far. I'll start Reeks. What do you got?
I'm gonna be right off the front with the Sean Payton one. I'm sure we're all gonna want to talk about this one, but I find this hilarious because there's stuff coming out already about how he's been looking into Denver and seeing what Russell Wilson's been given. Like his family has like their own whatever you want to call it, like hangout on the practice field. He has his own office. He has way more than he should be given. And Sean Payton came out and he's like, why should I treat a guy that, that's why there's so much animosity or whatever in the
Locker
room in general, just because he just thinks he's better than everyone else. He's getting paid more, but they're working harder, apparently. I don't know. But it's just everyone should be treated fairly, even, so on and so forth. And obviously, I think this actually looks really bad on Russell Wilson. So good for Sean Payton saying something, and hopefully he turns his team around because they do need a swift kick in the ass. Yeah,
Mac, what do you think about this? Do you think, like, I know you posted that question on Twitter and Instagram and whatnot. What does this do to Russell Wilson? Is he a buy now? Is he sell? Is it just like, are you just indifferent at this point? You don't really care. What do you think?
Buy.
I phrased it in a super flex. Like, are you going to try to get him? Because, he could be pretty valuable as your QB2 with the, what would you say, top 5 QB upside? Who knows what he could do? He showed some flashes this year, especially without Hackett. So we'll see. I was saying I'm going to cut my losses.
If you have him.
I don't see him. Yeah. If I have him, like I'm looking to sell because of the hype of Sean Payton. Do you think it will get more before the season starts? Yeah, probably. If they revamp the offense a bit, they definitely have to run more play action. So hopefully Javonte Williams comes and helps them. So
his value definitely spiked there for a while. I don't know if it's cooled down a little bit on the dynasty front, but shortly after the news was given, I mean, this is all anybody wanted to talk about, and you saw some Russell Wilson trades going on in dynasty leagues. So it was definitely a good time to buy, and that's a good lesson for anybody who's playing dynasty. Is anytime you got a guy who's got some big news that's gonna up their value, that's usually a good time to start looking at offers. Yeah, exactly.
You think it's going to go
Mac,
up by the preseason? Sorry.
I
depends.
There's probably going to be. It depends on what the reports are from camp and whatnot. It's always like a 50-50 crapshoot. It's whatever the media wants to spin, and if they want to spin like this whole Peyton Russ in a positive light thing, then his value is going to go up.
You got to look at what Peyton says because he's pretty vocal. He'll tell you how it is. I feel. In general, you'll see something more than like Bill Belichick would say. So I want to see what he's saying in general and seeing how what he's doing differently. Is he speaking about Russ positive and not kind of just like beating around the bush type of thing? I think that's really going to be your best, news.
Yeah, true. He'll be more transparent for sure. I don't think Russ is going to get back to form consistently. So that's why I would have traded him. I think Sean Payton pays him.
Mac, real quick, what's the most intriguing coaching addition outside of this?
Outside of this, well, not really intriguing, but Frank Reich, if he can get a quarterback in the draft for Carolina. I'm not saying this year, but the following year, I could see Carolina getting more offensive talent there and becoming more of a fantasy football farm system
Relevant.
there for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah, pretty interesting that he was hired so shortly after that Indy
Mhm.
fire, because things didn't go all that well. Matt Ryan was coming in. That was supposed to be, a big thing for Frank Wright and the success of that team last year, and it just didn't happen. So third time's a charm. We'll see what happens. But I really like D'Amico Ryans to the Texans, 6-year deal. I'm curious to see how that plays out. And then General Hackett to the Jets as an OC. I'm like, that's when it starts. So this is what we were talking about last year. Like, is Aaron Rodgers going to Denver because of General Hackett, and is he going to the Jets because of General Hackett? And I don't know. All right, last two things real quick. Derek Carr visiting New Orleans. He's going to be, the Raiders are giving him permission to kind of go around to different teams and start, I don't know, like fucking going for tours and
selling himself,
checking out the facility and having some nice conversations and some nice dinners. And so that's what he's doing right now. And Jimmy G is not returning to the 49ers, which it feels, this falls in line with the General Hackett thing. It feels like deja vu, like we lived last year. So
I wouldn't mind Jimmy in Vegas. That would be fine by me. Keep those players relevant for sure.
As long as they can get a line, that guy, like glass. Saying
that's true.
I'd love to see Jimmy in Indy, like go from Phillip Rivers to Carson Wentz to Matt Ryan to Jimmy G. I would love it just from an entertainment standpoint.
Yeah,
they can't have these pocket passers anymore. They have to evolve. Oh man, it's so bad. They need a quarterback so Jonathan Taylor can get more free as well with the RPOs, not Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan statues. Ugh. Even though Matt Ryan have like one of the longest runs or QB runs this year or something? Top 5.
Oh,
it was great. Anyway,
gross.
That's it. That's it for the news. Speaking of General Hackett, excuse me if you see me coughing in the background over here. Still recovering, but I'll throw it on audio. I'll throw it on mute. Just ignore the video.
You're all good. Takers, thanks for listening to us and downloading our episodes, sharing them on with your friends and family, sharing our tips with them. You can find us and watch us on YouTube. Like the video and subscribe. We much appreciate it. A bunch of you have been doing that. We took a little break. We got together with some wings, planned out the future for the next 10 years. So we have all the answers, and we guarantee a championship for you within those next 10 years. So make sure you keep listening. Before we get to the Hurt Locker, Regan, real quick, I just wanted to go over some rankings in our podcast challenge. All right, so these players right now, we'll go top 5 here. We got Kevin with 622. We got Kyle with 614. Dylan 572. Jared.
Is it Jared?
4. I think so. And Nicholas. I know, seriously. Don't you win enough? God. And Nicholas with 531. You got 11 people in the 500, so it's anybody's game because a lot of people had Cincinnati and San Fran. And they get knocked out with these multipliers right now.
First 3. I'm just trying to see out of those top 5 or whatever if there's anybody that's really in contention. And I am not seeing that.
No, I mean,
nope.
Not to pat myself on the back, but I have all the players with multipliers because I picked the right guys. But I'm only 100 points out, 114. So quick math right there.
Travis Kelce will get
probably
that
wrong
for you right there. 114 points for Travis Kelce. Kelce with
hoping.
that 4 times multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I at? 14, not bad.
Yeah, it's literally anybody in the top 15, even playoffs there. He could still get it. No, he can't. Never mind. He picked too many players that lost last week. But yeah, good stuff. We appreciate it, takers.
T-shirts
Jumping
coming
in
at you.
with us. So, yep, winner. You'll get a T-shirt. Second place, we'll throw you a little something. We got some new merch that we want to do.
If it's Jared, I'm not doing it.
No, Jared doesn't get anything.
Goes to the third place.
He gets our behind-the-scene tips. The dirty boy over there, he has special access with Ryan over
must
there.
just be you two. I think me and Ryan know about that.
Wait, you guys aren't doing that with them too?
Whatever.
All right. The Hurt Locker. We got some injury updates for the Super Bowl.
Alrighty, boys and girls, we're getting into the Hurt Locker. Obviously, there's only 2 teams, so nothing too crazy at this point. But we got a few just to keep an eye on. Mecole Hardman, pelvis injury, back on IR. I feel for this guy. Obviously, tried hard to come back for the championship game. Did so, got hurt again. Obviously on IR. CEH is elevated off IR and is placed on the active roster. So now this backfield gets a little dicey right here. Pacheco last week, 39% or maybe 39 snaps, most running back out of all. And I could see that, got kind of getting hit a little bit, not too much. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. Kadarius Toney, ankle and hamstring injury. He practiced Monday, Tuesday. I haven't heard any news today what Thursday was, but that's really, what's going to give it away on how he's feeling in general. Actually, Juju Smith-Schuster is in the same exact boat with a knee injury, practice Monday, Tuesday. Now, these Monday, Tuesday practices are most likely more or less walkthroughs, kind of keeping everybody healthy, stretching, getting out there, doing a couple routes. So this doesn't really entail what their actual availability and, strength and, how good they're really feeling is. No matter what, though, it's the Super Bowl. These guys are going to try to play. They're going to leave it all on the field. So I'm not worried about these guys playing. Just what their output is, I don't know. And the other one I just want to bring out to you guys is the Patrick Mahomes injury, the ankle injury. He has no injury tag right now. It's clear. He has... he had another 2 weeks off. That being said, he did play in a championship game 2 weeks ago. He definitely came up limp a couple times. Obviously, I think if he was 100%, they would have won that game a lot easier. Are you guys nervous at all with Patrick Mahomes' output for this week with, going against the number 1 defensive line? Their sack percentage is absurd. I don't have the number in front of me, but they rush that quarterback quite well. Ryan, what do you think about this? Patrick Mahomes, are you worried at all? I don't think I'm too crazy, but what do you got?
I mean, obviously his mobility has been hindered. I think he has 16 rushing yards over the last 2 games since the injury or something like that. But I mean, we saw this before. What was it? Super Bowl 55. I believe it was 55, 54, 55.
Oh, yeah, 55.
The Buccaneers were all over him.
Yeah, bad.
And that wasn't an ankle thing, right? That was a shoulder thing. But I mean, he was clearly affected. They just put a ton of pressure on him, and the Chiefs couldn't get anything going. So I'm afraid that could be similar to what we see on Sunday.
He was missing a lot of offensive players. I think 3 offensive line starters that game too. So that definitely had a problem.
Yeah. I honestly, though, at this point, Mac, do you think this Eagles defensive line is a little bit better than the Bucs that year, or no? Comparable?
Defensive line, yes. Defense as a whole, I don't know. The Bucs just peaked at the right time. That playoff run.
Correct. Yep, you are right.
But the Eagles, I heard a stat they had the 3rd most sacks in the season of all time. So they can definitely get after it, man. So I like the Eagles defense a lot, but I still think it's going to be a pretty high scoring game. May not reach that over under of 51, but I'm not too worried about Mahomes.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts actually has a shoulder injury. Is it shoulder or hip? I can't remember. I think it's shoulder. He's been doing fine and kind of taking it easy in general, but they've been running on the ball a lot more in the playoffs. They've also had 2 blowout games, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But I'm just the thing is, one of these quarterbacks get tackled weird when they're trying to put it all out on the line for a Super Bowl, victory. One of these guys could get hurt. That leads me to believe that this game, if one gets hurt, it could be somewhat lopsided.
You're not giving enough credit to Chad Henne and Gardner Minshew, man. Come on.
Dude, Gardner Minshew all day.
Yeah, baby.
Chad Henne can retire.
Hey, Chad Henne played some good minutes. In that division.
How long ago? Oh, yeah.
No, this pass, he threw a touchdown, right?
I was going to say, did he kneel it?
No. Played almost a whole quarter. But yeah, I'm not too worried. I think they're all rested. They're all well enough. CEH, I really don't care for. I'm not too threatened by him.
Definitely messes up this backfield. I don't know if you want to talk about this backfield right now. But I don't know. Actually, I don't know when we'll really talk about it because we got a couple bets coming up. But
all right. We'll get some fantasy talk. Yeah. So you got Ronald Jones, Melvin Gordon, CH, Jerick McKinnon, Isaiah Pacheco in that backfield.
Wow.
It's not going to be McKinnon, I don't think. So McKinnon, he's been in because he's a better pass blocker. And when they're pass blocking, they're not catching the ball too much.
The thing is, though, they had him in to protect Mahomes with his ankle injury.
That's what I'm saying.
But it doesn't mean McKinnon was getting catches, though. So that's
what I'm saying.
I know, but based on how we feel about Mahomes
I don't want to play him. Oh, I got
what
you.
I'm saying is if he's feeling more healthy and they have him in there, they are a better pass blocker, better catcher, all the above right there. I already think, like I said, Pacheco 39 snaps last week. I think that goes down at least 5-10 for a CEH. That's definitely good.
Yeah, and McKinnon had 26, so
it was 28, 26. Yep.
All right. CH get a handful of touches on the goal line because Hardman's out. So you need somebody with speed, but I'm not going to play him, but I'm not threatened by him either.
So who do you like?
Yeah,
oh god.
I would say the same thing, Mac. I think it's Pacheco and McKinnon. I think it's their jobs at this point.
I'm thinking that kind of evens out a little bit more on workload because I just don't think McKinnon's going to have. They ran a lot more as well to keep Patrick Mahomes upright and whatnot. So we don't know how this game's going to go, and they might do the same thing. But I don't know about this Philly line. I know I believe it's their center of their defense, a defensive line. I just heard some stats or whatever that it's a little bit weaker than the outside. Not that it's a weak point, but Pacheco could run up the middle. That being said, I just feel like it's going to now skew back to Jerick McKinnon. I think I guess what I wanted to ask you guys is who do you think is the number one fantasy output out of this backfield in this game? And I think it's McKinnon.
I think it's Pacheco, man. I think he's going to be. It's just going to be that hero for Kansas City out of the back.
Yeah, I see what
McKinnon was it last time.
I feel like Pacheco's output has been more as of late over the last couple of games, but this is a tough matchup, and McKinnon's probably going to be out there on those passing downs. You're absolutely right, and yeah, I'm going to go with McKinnon, but it really is it's just a coin flip.
I agree with you, and we don't know how it's going to be because I feel like their output is going to be based on how Patrick Mahomes feels, and I think that's really where it lies. So I don't think either of us can be wrong. I think I think all three of us are accurate on those two guys being, the horses of the game type of thing. Those are the two guys you can really lean on. Which one's going to outproduce the other, we don't know though. Good stuff, fellas. Annoying as hell this backfield. By the way, Matt, just going into the seasons. This is the second or third year that we all got hyped up on a Kansas City running back, usually a rookie. we are not doing that ever again.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I agree.
I was in the same boat as
Yes,
you.
we will. Yes, we
No,
will.
we can't.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Sky
God.
Moore was hyped up.
I'm just
CEH
gonna
hyped up. Isaiah
Draft
Pacheco
McKinnon
hyped
in the
up.
14th round. That's what I'm going to do.
They're gonna take I saw a mock draft and Keyshawn Butte was picked in like the second round, and obviously big name, supposed to be a first rounder last year. And I was listening to I think Ray GQ, and he was like, "We're not gonna fall for that, right? Like if he goes to Kansas City, we're not gonna be like, oh, you gotta scoop him up because he's with Pat Mahomes." But he's like, "Yeah, you know you're gonna fall for it. You absolutely gonna fall for it."
Pat Mahomes wanted him, man. He said he wanted to pick him. It's like,
he said he wanted the booty.
No, he wanted CEH.
He wants the booty.
Oh,
and CEH.
No, it's everybody's argument.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
So everybody's opinion.
Look,
everybody's opinion.
With all due respect
to
everyone,
bets.
fuck everyone.
Oh, wow. Sorry, just trying to do that drop. But all right, yeah, let's get into some prop bets here. Just some that we're looking at. We're not advising you to take these bets. You can take our tips, but the
Honestly,
bets.
We have the same output as everyone else. Bets are bets because they're hard as shit. We're going to look at some stats, tell you how we feel, weigh it out with some other people, take a shot.
Yeah, it's called gambling for a reason, and the house always wins. So
perhaps
good luck.
Play a little game called Just a Tip, just for a second, just to see how it feels.
See how it feels.
All right, guys, are you going all in on one team, or are you looking to hedge your bets, diversify within the teams? Ryan, what's your strategy?
I don't know if I'm necessarily looking to hedge. I do think that there's a better chance that the Eagles are able to produce against the Kansas City defense than vice versa. So I do think if Kansas City wins this game, it's going to be because they figured out a way to slow down the Eagles, and it's probably going to be lower scoring. But yeah, I like Eagles players in this one for sure, and Travis Kelce.
And Travis Kelce. All right. Regan, what about you? You looking let me ask your opinion on this over under here. It's a 51 over under. Last 4 Super Bowls have hit the under. And just a little tidbit. 56%. Nice. 56, Ryan. The games this season have hit the under. So we should bet the under?
That's literally a 50-50 pretty much right there. No. But it's ironically, I did my prediction on this game. 51.
Of course.
Didn't even know the over.
Regan's pushing. He's so neutral. He's like Switzerland.
Yeah, probably amazing. I had a joke. I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, yeah. So in general, leaning Mac, I've been leaning the Eagles for months now, pretty much all year after you talking me into Jalen Hurts, and I love them, but I just don't see Patrick Mahomes getting to 3 Super Bowls and losing 2. I just can't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. I feel like Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City altogether, they have they've been there. They have a lot more veterans compared to the Eagles. I feel like they're just going to have a better game plan for something like this. So I'm leaning Kansas City at this point, but I agree with Ryan. I think this is going to be a close game. I love how he's leaning more Philly players, but Travis Kelce I think is going to be the guy, and there's going to be a couple random guys that just produce something for Kansas City. It's really going to be Patrick Mahomes on his shoulder and what he can do. So if I'm doing DFS, I want to go Patrick Mahomes, and then I want to grab some Philly wide receivers. As much sense as that makes.
None at all. But we'll get to DFS later. Guys, I like to go for the long shot. I go for whatever's plus because if I'm spending this money, I want to go over. I want
You want
to
a big
reach that.
payout.
Yeah,
No. Minus, you can get some easy money. Minus,
yeah.
man.
I know. We got some easy ones for you, some square bets for you. So let's just go bounce around. What your favorite, your best bets are? We got some long shots, some obscure ones, some random ones. Anybody want to go first? Or you want me to?
I got a really good one if we want
All
to
right.
just break even on our first bet.
Let's go.
All right. So my favorite one right now, which is negative 160, Mac. So it's rough. You got to pay 100, 160 to whatever.
$100. $100 would pay out for 140.
Yeah, right. Correct. All right. Perfect. So easy $40 right here. Total Eagles to have a rushing attempt over 4. So if you bet 4, what you want to do is you want to bet the over. No matter what, there's going to be 4. So you got Gainwell, you have Hurts, you have Miles Sanders, and you have
Boston fucking Scott.
Boston fucking Scott. So you got 4 already right there. So if you pick 4, you're going to break even with this bet in general. So the bet is over 4.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense if they did 4.5. That's when this gets a little tricky. But they did 4, so you break even with 4. Now, if they add another running back into it on a reverse or tight end weird run, just in general, you get that $40. You literally cannot lose money on this bet if you think that the 4 running backs, which every single week they've had 4 running backs, is going to get the ball. So easy $40 right here if you want to throw $100 on this one.
Yeah, I could see AJ Brown doing some sort of end around as well. So
anything.
Yep.
And it's like one of those ones where you just like, do you have an extra $100 in your pocket? Pop it down. But it doesn't even have to be 100. But the more money, the more bigger payout, obviously. But it's just
so Hurts, Gainwell, Sanders, and you got to assume Boston Scott will get in there. There's the 4, and then you just gotta hope that somebody else gets a handoff.
And that's when you get plus, because if they don't and it's just 4, you still have 4, so you break even. Pushed. So you just get your money back.
Now, so it's
no brainer?
What if Eagles are crushing it? Gardner Minshew goes in just to take a knee at the end of the game. Does that count as a rush because it's negative rushing yards? Is that a rushing attempt? That's something I gotta look up.
Don't believe kneel downs count as actual attempts.
It has to be positive, I would think.
That we need to stop doing negative rushing yards fantasy football platforms. Okay.
It might. I did win a league one time on minus rushing yards on a kneel down. So yeah, you might be right.
Somebody hates you.
Somebody look that up. You're throwing us technical rules here, like we're supposed to know if kneels are actually rushing attempts.
I'll look it up right now.
I was just asking.
It's good information to have, Reed,
Ryan,
especially with this bet.
It is, as I was just curious. Ryan, you got a bet for us?
Yeah, over under Aaron Rodgers makes it 3 days in dark solitude.
You actually think he's gonna do it?
What do we think?
He won't make it to 4. I don't even think he's gonna do it.
I think if he takes enough shrooms, he might make it.
We talked about this last year with the whole crazy stuff he was doing. I think he's just trolling people, and I'm still sticking by that. He likes the attention.
He's got troll vibes. I got another one here though. All right, ready? MVP mentioning God going first, or mentioning God first, going 4-1.
Yep.
So I think that's a pretty good bet.
Yeah.
What about you, Reeks?
If it's one of those quarterbacks, they're saying it for sure.
Can you please repeat the statement?
MVPs, thanks God first before anybody else. Going at 4-1.
Ooh.
You put $25 down, you win $100.
I think that's a great play right there. First off,
Tebow was in. God. The odds would be so much different.
If this was
it'd be like over under 11.5 times he mentions God.
Do you think the line makers went into like these guys' religious, affiliates? Like who are the possible MVPs going to be, and
Yeah.
who actually is,
Imagine if
Christian.
that skewed it. That's hilarious. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
But a real bet. Devontae Smith over 63.5 yards. That's going at -114. It's $86 if you get this right. If you bet 100, and oh man, M Live per M Live. This is a gambling resources site. Before the NFC Championship, which the Eagles did not have to throw clearly because of the Niners situation, Smith had 7 consecutive games over 61 yards. So,
and the absolute
hit.
dominance of the Eagles' running game, offensive line. Some people might get angry that I say that, but whatever. It's absolutely true. Destroying that number 1 defense. Sorry, I loved it. Absolute great clinic that they put on. But yes, I believe they will have to pass a lot more, and that's actually more the weakness for the Chiefs. So as long as Hurts is good, but yeah, I like that one. He should get it. He should.
How about this one? Jalen Hurts, first Super Bowl. He's +114 to throw 1 interception.
A lot of people don't have confidence.
This is as of Sunday.
I think they both have a turnover. So
yeah,
I'd bet both of them.
I saw a bet that it was like plus 2,500 that no interceptions are thrown. It's probably 25,000 that no turnovers happen at all, something like that.
Wow,
you have a clean game because that like never happens.
I put $10 on that.
I bet Hurts will throw a pick, some sort of tip ball, something like that. For sure.
That's what it is.
I'm not saying he's going to have a bad game per se. Just like one interception, one mistake. I think that's very likely.
For sure. I got this one for you guys. Little tip I heard, so I'll pass it on to you. Pat Mahomes MVP odds is plus 125, or Hurts at 120. So instead of betting on what team's going to win the game, you get better odds if you, instead of taking the money line on the Chiefs at plus 105, just if they're going to win, it's going to be Mahomes. Just bet on Mahomes getting the MVP. Better odds there, more for your money. Yeah. What was the last one that didn't? Edelman in that Rams Patriots Super Bowl? Oh no, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp did, right? Didn't he win MVP? Yeah. Never mind. So yeah, it's not always the QB.
Stafford.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp deserved it. But I got this. I got Mahomes plus 300 and Hurts plus 500 a few weeks ago to win MVP. So some big tickets I want to cash in. So we'll see.
Damn, dude.
Another one, but bunch of anytime scores. I like this one. MVS, he's been coming in hot lately in these playoffs, and with the other wide receivers getting hurt, he needs to step up. Anytime score plus 230. McKinnon plus 175, and Kenny Gainwell, who has 2 touchdowns these playoffs, plus 320. I like that. Then just a random one. Throw a couple bucks down. Defense plus 600. I can see Darius Slay getting a pick 6 or something.
It's in the realm of possibilities. 6-1. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I like the payout.
Yeah, throw $25 down. You'll be fine. Regan, give me some bets here.
10.
I got this one. I was talking to you guys earlier. Actually, this is kind of like an obscure, but whatever. Just like another 50-50 easy bet. Plus 100 to bet tails this year.
Either one. Yeah, and they're both plus 100.
I thought the other one was 110 tail. Oh wait, no.
There's only 2 choices, Riggs.
I thought heads was negative though. I thought the better payout was tails. I can look that back up again, but in general, 50-50 chance of just doubling your money. How do you guys feel about that?
You might be you're probably looking at the parlay ones where it's win the coin toss and win the game. I've seen a lot of those. They're like minus 125 and stuff. But yeah,
Oh.
the coin toss is just plus 100 each one. But yeah, if you want to, it's a good, fun way to start off.
That's so I feel like it's an icebreaker.
Yeah, which reminds me, don't bet on the duration of the national anthem. The books are closed on that stuff anyway. And the halftime performances, they already closed that and stuff. But don't ever do that. It's a waste of money.
What about Gatorade? 3 out of the last 4 years, it's been blue.
It has.
Depends on who wins.
Kansas
Eagles
City.
5-1.
Yeah.
Kansas City will have red. Eagles will have blue, I'm guessing.
Kansas City uses orange often, though. So.
Does it have to do with the team color? Blue clearly tastes the best.
I just made that
think
up.
that's what. I think that's why teams go blue.
Wait, light
orange
blue or
is
dark
definitely
blue?
Good question. Light blue is my favorite.
See, I like the
It's always
darker
light blue. That's what
I like the darker
Guys,
blue.
Orange is my hangover drink. Every time I have a hangover, orange Gatorade is the thirst quenching beverage. That or another beer.
That's usually best to chug that in the morning. It's good.
I can't get into orange Gatorade.
What?
See, I can't get into red. I can't stand red.
I love yellow.
Oh,
I love purple. I like the light blue.
You know the yellow one, the
like
dye
them
in
all.
there. The dye in the yellow Gatorade shrinks your penis.
Oh, you must have drank a lot.
That's the problem. What about Kelce?
Trying to get
110
me.
plus 110 over 7.5.
No,
catches.
no.
What do you guys think?
Regan, you're right, because your mom's been complaining, so I had to drink a lot of it.
That's what it was.
I'm sorry, Ryan. What was your bet, Ryan?
Travis Kelce plus 110, 7.5 catches. Over under.
Well, you
easy.
get the over. Eesh. Is it easy?
Yeah.
Is it?
Juju Smith-Schuster, his knee is, 75 years old. Darius Toney is hurting in several locations. MVS can't catch a
pull his
cold.
hamstring after one catch.
Honestly,
what are you talking about?
MVS
MVS has been balling.
Yeah, last week. He had 2 catches last week that were actually good. Other than that, the guy is absolutely horrid. I have better hands than him, and I can't even see I wear glasses. Take my glasses off, I can catch better than him. Now I can't catch up to him. That's a different story. But either way,
Definitely not.
that guy's fast. But no, Travis Kelce, this game, the problem I have with this, and then I'm mentioning all these injuries to these players, they're gonna have to double Kelce easily, or at least have safety over the top. So I expect Kelce to get the catches, but not the yardage.
You would think that teams would figure out how to cover Kelce by now. It must just be part of the game script. They got to leave him open.
Ooh.
According to Arian Foster.
I thought you were Ayuk.
What did Ayuk say?
Ayuk's been talking shit all week.
Oh,
He's not talking shit about San Fran, though.
Yeah, he's butthurt. Since the quarterback went down, that's the only reason they lost. It's like, no, Eagles are better. Sorry.
I got 2 other ones. You want me to run through these ones?
If you want to.
These are real quick ones. I've been giving you guys kind of nonchalant ones. This is actually 2 of them are kind of joke ones. But anyways, Harrison Butker, kicker, Kansas City, in case you didn't know who that was. 1.5 field goals to be made over under. Negative 150. You got to put 100 down to win your 100 plus 50 back. So you win 150. But he's averaged 2 field goals per game. They're now playing a very good defense in comparison of late. I could picture him kicking 3 field goals easily, never mind 2. So I feel like this is another no-brainer one that you're going to get, $50 back if you're betting 100. I think that's pretty nice. And then my other one's Boston Scott. Over on him having 7.5 yards. He averages 3.9 yards per carry. So he needs necessarily two rushes. He has been minuscule in general, but you know how he is in his touchdowns. He averages 14.5 per game. This is a negative 140. So this one's, I think I'm a little bit more hesitant to this one, but I think this is going to be a no problem as well for Boston Scott.
Drinking
I
too
really
much
just
yellow Gatorade.
his dick won't hold him back apparently. So, Mac, I threw this one in there just because I know you got some Boston Scott love. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I can picture him easily getting 7.5 yards. I think he had 2 carries last week. One of them got called back, and his first one was 10 yards. And that was just in the first half, too. I don't know what he did in the second half in general. They were blowouts, too. They didn't need them.
If it is a blowout, that's when they'll use them.
Even better.
So if you think they're going to blow out the Chiefs, then I really only think he's going to get a goal line carry. I don't see them using him too much. So
yeah, but that's you think he's going to get 2 carries? One 5-yard rush, 2 5-yard rushes. That's not too much to ask.
Sure, I'm thinking goal line like on the 2-yard line. But yeah.
I hear you.
That's
okay.
Not a bad bet. I just think he could find better value elsewhere. But if you believe the narrative that the Eagles are going to take flight, go ahead, because he'll get like double-digit carries.
I got a controversial one. You guys want to talk about the penalties?
Let's give Ryan a chance to talk. Ryan, got a bet?
The last one I had was just over under 51. We already touched on it. I think it's a little bit of a trap. I think it seems like it's going to be a really high scoring game. I'm still, even with all your fancy stats, Mac, I'm still going over in this one.
You are.
Yeah, I think I have to. I mean, just based on the matchup, there's just too much potential to go over the 51. I think
we're always.
I forget what I took for a score, but 30-27, 30-24, right. Somewhere in that realm.
Yeah, Ryan, I am going over too. So that's fine. It's due. The over's due.
You guys want to bet right now?
We'll go 5. Let's go. Let's hear your other one.
No, I'm saying I'm betting the under.
Oh. You're betting the under?
Can I get the push? Can I get the push? Is in the under? And if I lose, I buy you guys both the beer the first round.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
that sounds good. You're going under?
Yeah, well, I get the push or the under.
Okay. All right.
Thought that was fair. I got to buy you guys both a beer. You guys could just buy
Mac and I just have to split and buy you one beer.
I was just saying,
that sounds like a good idea.
I only have to buy you half a beer.
On our end.
All right. Can I get the boot?
Low risk, high reward.
Regan's gonna order one of those tower beers. He's like, that's my one beer that you guys got to buy me.
Nailed it. All right.
All right, Regan, give me the bet.
This is just the one that I think is controversial. I want to talk about it with you guys. It's the over 10.5 penalties in the game total. It's at a plus 105. So just talking about this and, all the conflict and all the jibber jabber and everything about these past couple games and how the calls have, skewed games, skewed winners and so on. I feel like this game's gonna kind of be played. Like they're gonna let the players play, do work. And I think that favors the defense. And that's why I think it's going to be an under, by the way. And I think they're going to try to hold these penalty flags as much as they can. That's why I'm leaning to this being less than 10.5 penalties. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys agree that you would think it would be less because of, the controversy the past couple weeks?
No, I think Eagles defense is very physical and Kansas City's got to get some calls. So it really can go either way for me, but I'm thinking it's going to be more like 12 penalties.
I mean, the two well-coached teams. I'm all right with either. It's basically 50-50 based on the odds. So go for it. Like, plus 105, throw down $20 and try to win, 5 or however much. I can't do. What time is it? I can't do math.
Go to bed. Go to bed.
I was looking, trying to look at the average penalty flags. I mean,
I don't know.
I got nothing. Around 10 to 10.5 is the average.
Yep.
So I'm kind of liking.
All right. I got a little obscure bet for you here. So from Athlon Sports Betting. Fun fact: 4 challenges have been made in the last 7 Super Bowls. They're all made by the first time Super Bowl head coach. So the first time head coach arriving there. Even though Andy Reid likes to challenge a lot, over 50% of his games he throws the flag. I think Nick Sirianni, he's going to be antsy and be like, you know what? I'm going to challenge this because they have to. So Philly plus 100 to make the first challenge. And for it to be successful, if they lose the challenge, rather, it's plus 110. So I want to parlay both of that. Play both those bets there. Philly to throw the first challenge flag and to lose it. Just a little fun one.
I can definitely see them throwing it.
I like it.
Worst bet, don't waste your money on this. Kelce at MVP plus 1,200. The only way Kelce's going to be in the discussion is if Mahomes goes off or Chad Henne somehow goes off. So unless Travis Kelce gets 3 receiving touchdowns and one of those rushing touchdowns where he goes in motion and then he gets under center, and for some reason the defensive line can't see that, or the linebackers, and they sneak it in. So Kelce gets 4 total touchdowns and over 100 yards. I don't see him becoming the MVP, so I really am not wasting my money.
I think 2+ touchdowns and like 12 catches will probably do it for him.
Yeah, but then that's Mahomes throwing the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but that
Unless
doesn't necessarily mean anything. If he has 26 completions and 12 to 14 or to Travis Kelce, then he's probably going to end up being the MVP. But it's slim odds. Like, I hear what you're saying. It's more likely Mahomes is going to be the MVP over Kelce. But he just he had that game. Was it the divisional game, or it might have been end of the season where he had 15, 16 catches or something like that, which was a high for him, career high. So if he does something like that, that's how he gets to the podium.
Yeah, I don't see it happening though. A lot of things have to go in his favor.
Probably not.
So I'm just sticking with quarterbacks.
I got one more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to clarify too on the penalties, this year there's actually been an average of 14.9 penalties.
Ah, okay. All right, take the over.
My long shot plus 250, guys. Plus 250 for the longest play being over 55 yards.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be by McKinnon. Screen pass for 80 yards. It's gonna
be something crazy. There's always that one play in a Super Bowl. I'm fine with just throwing, some chump change at this and making a pretty good profit. It's a long shot, but literally a long 55 yards is pretty fucking long. But I'm fine with throwing that out there.
Nice. Ryan, you got any more?
No, let's get to the game predictions and some DFS real quick.
All right.
Wrap this thing up.
Sounds good.
Never.
All right, you want to do a DFS lineup or game prediction first? What makes more sense? Probably game prediction, so we know our narrative of the DFS plays. So, Ryan, what's your prediction of the score and winner?
I have Philly 33-28. I think this is the scenario I'm picturing. I'm picturing 28-27 Kansas City. Philly punches one in, goes for 2 to try to make it a 7-point game.
Okay. There's gonna be a couple 2-point conversion attempts this game for sure. Regan, how about you?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm switching up my prediction. I'm going Kansas City. Kansas City, I got this Kansas City at 27, Philly at 24. Philly is a first half team. I picture them going, 13 to 20 points in the first half, Probably not 20, but in general, scoring the majority of their points in the first half, and then Kansas City kind of taking it over, somewhat keeping close to them in the first half and kind of taking over in the second half. And I feel like it's just going to get to these younger guys in Philly, and Kansas City is able to hold off. Like I said, I don't see Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes in particular losing 2 Super Bowls after getting there for the 3rd time.
Yeah, I get that logic a bit. And I just think the Eagles have been people saying the easy road. And I'm like, well, Eagles beat the Colts. Kansas City lost to the Colts. So.
Oh, yeah. And Kansas City almost lost to Houston. Yeah, they had like some bad games in general.
They did. I don't know. I think it's going to be the Eagles, but I have a bit of a dilemma here, guys. There's this guy on the radio in Boston. Won't name his name.
Who is it?
Rhymes with Haim. He hates Mahomes. So he is betting everything Eagles. And I usually bet against him because you'll make more money that way because he's worse than me. And he's just going all Eagles. And I'm like, oh, great. That means the Chiefs are going to win. But Eagles were my preseason pick to make the Super Bowl, and the playoffs started. I said they'll win it. I'm going Eagles 31, Kansas City 29. An exciting game down to the wire. Kicking a field goal to walk off and win.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Do you guys want to double up on this bet?
Oh, God.
You guys both got Eagles. I got Kansas City.
We'll buy your wings, too. we'll buy your wings, too. All right.
I like it. Honestly, guys, I don't think we can go wrong in this. I think it's going to be a good game.
Well, some of us are going to be wrong.
You know what I mean? But in general, I feel like I'm always let down from the Super Bowl. It's not ever crazy. Unless it was that Atlanta Pats game. It's always like a decent game, and it kind of gets blown out of proportion.
The Eagles Patriot game was awesome too.
Yeah, that
you
was
guys lost.
How many years ago?
1 year before the Atlanta one, right? Whatever it was.
I thought you were gonna say the first one, the McNabb one.
No.
And then you were like, "Oh," I was like,
"I'm tired."
That was crazy. Tom Brady had over 400 passing yards. That was a crazy.
500.
That was awesome.
He had
500. That's what it was. Something insane.
He has the record. 505 passing yards. Ridiculous. Yeah. You guys want to talk about his retirement at all, or should we go to DFS lineups?
Let's do DFS. We can do that later on.
I'm kidding. All right, my DFS lineup. Little tip: I leave a little bit of budget left, a couple $100, because everybody playing is new. Mostly noobs. At least 50% of the pool will be, unless you get into those really smaller ones where more experienced players will be. So to try to make yourself a little bit different, don't use the full salary cap. So captain mode, I got Kenneth Gainwell for $7,500, my captain spot. Then CAH for $1,000, which I might switch out for Zach Pascal. Yeah, those are my choices. We'll see. I can see CH though getting one little flipping touchdown right on the goal line too. So we'll see. I wanted to get both quarterbacks in my lineup. So I got Jalen Hurts, 11,200, and Patrick Mahomes for 11,000. If you're going with just one quarterback, I would advise just go Mahomes, save the 200, and I can see Hurts getting robbed by rushing touchdowns by the running backs. So Devontae Smith and 8,600, and Travis Kelce 10,600. That's my lineup. And who wins? What do we win?
Out of this one?
Three. Yeah, what are we getting?
Oh, we just trifecta. Do I get another beer?
You are not getting this. All right, Ryan, I like your idea. but not from us.
There you
Oh, just the tip.
Regan, what's your lineup?
I'll put my drink down. Captain position. I had Devonta Smith going a little different here. I got him for 12.9. Not too shabby here. I feel like obviously AJ Brown is the guy, but Devonta Smith has been killing it of late. It might just have a pull away game. Love to see him have just that one big play. They'll obviously be fixating on AJ Brown. Then I got Patrick Mahomes. That was the quarterback I went with, and I feel like you guys should as well. Like Max said, for 11. Travis Kelce, I feel like he should probably be in every lineup if you want a tight end at all in general, or if you want any wide receiver, special teams, anything in Kansas City. 10.6. I threw AJ Brown on here as well for 9.2. I didn't mind his price. Kenneth Gainwell, like you said, Mac, I got him for 5 when you're not putting him in the captain's chair. And then I grabbed Noah Gray to finish it off for 1.2. He always has like a random play, a random touchdown, a random big catch that I'm just looking for to clean house at the end. Kadarius Toney, Juju Smith-Schuster, those guys I'm a little bit worried about. Noah Gray, I feel like they're going to be fixated on Travis Kelce. I think Noah Gray could get a little something. So that's like my sleeper for DFS this year or this week.
All right, man. I like it.
I like it, Reese.
He can do that QB or the tight end sneak play for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I think
All right,
for
Ryan,
my
who do
lineup
you
here, I think I got to get Jalen Hurts in my captain's chair. It's pricey, about 17,000, but I think it's worth the risk. I think I can make it work here. And Travis Kelce, got to go with him, about 10.5. Devontae Smith, 8.6, and then Kenny Gainwell. We're all consensus with him. I think he's good value in this matchup. The Chiefs have allowed the most during the season. They allowed the most receptions to the running back position. So something that not a lot of people might know, but that's something that I think favors Kenny Gainwell. Kadarius Toney, every time I look, he seems to be like stealing a touchdown away from somebody. So I like Kadarius Toney at about 4,500. What's that, Mac?
I said the end around.
The end around, yeah, exactly. He can be used in different ways. So I like his touchdown potential. And then Harrison Butker. I think there's a good chance that this team's kicking field goals a lot this game. So
so you're betting,
they're going to get down the field a lot. They're going to kick some field goals. They're going to score some touchdowns, and I think Butker is a good play as well.
I was debating on putting a kicker in.
You like him better than Noah Gray?
Well,
I do. Yes.
Wow.
Kickers are $4,000 though, so you're not going to get the 1,200 for Noah Gray, but if you can get a kicker to get double-digit points for $4,000, like that's better than taking a long shot on a guy around the same price point, like Boston Scott, and hoping that he gets into the end zone. So don't mind it. Definitely going to play some lineups with the defenses too, just in case one of these QBs have an off game.
Yeah, for the takers too, guys, send me a little screenshot of these and I'll post them up. So they can all get a little idea of what we're working with.
For sure.
You're welcome, guys.
Appreciate that. You're the man.
They'll see what we're working with for sure.
Just
all right. Oh wait, sorry, you mean our lineup pictures?
Yeah. You know, line up wherever you want.
Has been coming all night long, but then he pulls out and it's just hard.
Oh God.
It's been a while since he's seen a hole that big.
That was the great time to play that drop.
All right, takers. Thank you very much for listening. Good luck with your bets. Good luck with your DFS. Go take home some money. No more championships to be had, except our just a tip pool, our lineup challenge. Good luck. Except I'm gonna win, so don't even bother.
You don't get to win the shirt though, so it goes to second. Spaz.
Damn it. All right.
By the way, I got some new logos coming. I've been messing with a little shirt idea.
Okay. Cool.
Not too shabby, fellas.
Nice. Looking forward to that. Yeah, we got some big plans in store. Keep on the lookout for some shorts. We got Dynasty coming up, free agency. I don't think it'll be as wild as last year, which is good because need a little break. last year was a bit wild. So
That was nuts.
trades of free agency. So yep, it's coming to the end. It was a good season though, but we're coming up to our 3-year anniversary, so we got some stuff in store. Keep following us, takers. You guys got anything for the leftovers?
Celtics won.
Ooh.
Beat the 76ers.
Tonight.
Needed that.
Big win.
That's a huge win. Bruins absolutely killing it going into All-Star break. Love that. Obviously, we talked about it a little bit beforehand. Tom Brady retired. Of course, I just traded for him in Dynasty. That was cool.
Did you really?
It was a first-round pick for Stephon Diggs and Tom Brady with a couple other trash players. I thought it was. I was trying to win this year. It was a super flex. I had Josh Allen and Tom Brady. My wide receivers were absolutely phenomenal with Stephon Diggs in there. I just got cheaped out. I would have won outright if I didn't.
That's all right.
That 1 week.
I traded for Chris Carson last offseason. He retired, so it happens. Yep. Literally.
Just throwing. It's
his
all
neck.
good.
The team I took over that I'm just talking about, I had Chris Carson on there, and I still did all right because I have Jamal Williams.
Still there.
No, not anymore. Come on, I dropped him right when I got on there. I was like, this guy is
I
never
got you.
playing again.
No, he's never paying attention. Ryan, you got anything?
Yeah, I watched the Barstool mini golf Phoenix Open today.
That popped up on my phone.
Kirk Menahan took the title this time.
No.
Remember Kirk Menahan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Boston sports personality. I think he got fired. Said something dumb. And now he works for Barstool, and he won the tournament today. So 13 under 18 hole course.
He says
had
a lot of
6
dumb
hole in
things.
ones. It's very impressive.
What?
Good for him.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I averaged
4 in a
one.
row on the back 9. He had 4 in a row on the back 9. It's crazy.
How big is this miniature golf course? Jesus. On the back 9?
Back 9 holes.
On the back 9. Yeah.
It's a mini golf.
I think it was the same 9 holes. I think
It was
they
probably the
first
same.
9,
It warmed up.
and then the back 9 were the same holes.
You guys want to play 18-hole miniature golf? Well, I don't have that kind of time.
That show with Steph Curry was pretty good
mini golf
back in the day. I think that's off the air now.
Oh, guys, I had a podcast that you guys ought to listen to about Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, get out of here.
Exactly.
Pass.
I absolutely dislike the man, but it was pretty good. We'll talk about it off air. But
Mac,
Stephen A. Smith, aggressive.
what was your leftover?
Oh, I mean, we've been here a while,
Lasagna?
so I didn't want to take up. No, I haven't had lasagna in a while.
Oh.
But as you guys know, I
Nice.
went to
I'm
Jamaica.
Italian.
I was reading a book. I know, shocker.
It was audio.
Gridiron Genius, Mike Lombardi. Really cool book talking about Bill Walsh and Al Davis and Bill Belichick. And I just wanted to read you guys a quick chapter, 26 pages, real quick.
Oh, cool. All right.
Bill Belichick, if you guys want to stick around.
It's time to go, I think.
I couldn't listen to his voice that long.
Nobody could. Choke me out like your mom
That's
does.
what you did. Jesus.